This is unscripted and by no means planned in any manner, as we just wing it.
Hi, you're sitting with the Royals. This is Eric Royal.
This is Samantha Royal.
And this is Sebastian Royal.
And we got a couple little topics to talk about this week. This is episode 3, and we're going to start with grandmothers. My grandmother was kind of funny. How about yours?
Mine?
Yeah.
She cooks really good.
She is a good cook. She is a good cook.
She's a Mexican grandmother, so.
Oh, yeah. She
Yep.
cooks real good. Best Mexican food I ever ate.
Mm-hmm.
So, what about your grandmother?
My grandmother took me to Six Flags. Took me to the movies.
Okay, so she's fun when she wants to be.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what we need to know.
Well, I remember I went with her
Yeah, she's fun.
to Six Flags.
Yeah.
Oh, we went together.
Well,
Yeah.
both of you are the grandchildren of that one, so.
Mm-hmm.
So, my grandmother was what you call a house mat. I mean, she was just like always in the house
Okay.
until she got her check that first of the month. And she was out those couple of days. I mean, she always went to a store called Anvets,
Yeah.
which is like the Salvation Army right now.
Okay.
What's Salvation Army?
It's where you can buy like used-
Goodwill.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
Goodwill. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've been hearing about Salvation Army. I'm like,
Right.
what's that? And
That's
I
what
remember
I meant
that
to say.
someone.
Goodwill. It's like Goodwill.
They're
Oh,
both
okay.
the same thing.
Yeah, Anvets, Goodwill, Salvation Army, they're all the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So my grandmother would go there, and she would have like these. She would find a couch in the alley, and if she liked the way it looked, she would bring it home and clean it. It would have holes in it and everything, but she would still bring it home, or have us carry it for her.
Yeah.
And then when we carry it for her, she would go buy these slip covers that they have at Anvets or Goodwill, and she would cover it up, and it was like the greatest thing in the world for her. But we couldn't sit on it
Why not?
because she bought brand new or used slip covers that she called brand new. So we had to sit on the floor because she wouldn't let us sit on the couches. It was
So
funnier than hell sometimes. I'd be
She
like,
wouldn't
"Man."
let you sit on the alley sofa.
Would not let us sit on that sofa. It didn't matter. Sofa, chair, love seat. If she got them in an alley and covered them with a slip cover, forget about it. I mean, you're not sitting on this because the slip cover made it new. It didn't matter. And she never went and bought a new one. She always got them at the Goodwill or Anvets. She called them Anvets. They were called Anvets when I was growing up.
Yeah.
And she would she was a character. I mean, there's some serious stories that I'm about to tell you that are hilarious. I mean, hilarious. My Uncle Earl, who, by the way, it was rough growing up with that boy because he lived with us and I was older than my uncle.
Yeah.
Well, now it seems like an okay thing. I mean, it seems like it's normal. But in the 80s, everybody is like, how the hell is he your uncle when you're older than him? Uncles are supposed to be older than you.
Yeah.
And my only response was, oh, my grandmother was horny. What do you think? I don't know. I mean, that's all I can say.
Like,
Hey,
what can I say?
what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
So she was seriously old school. I mean, seriously. So she would give him a curfew, and he was 21 years old. I'll never forget this. I just came home from a party. I left early because I wasn't having a good time. I get home about 10:30. She gave Earl a curfew to be home at 11.
Okay.
Well, I'm higher than a kite sitting on her couch now. Now we're adults.
Yeah.
We're older teenagers. So she let us sit on the furniture now.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm sitting on the couch or the chair, and she came out like 5 times. Earl, get here yet? And I'm like, out of her room. No, I haven't seen him. Okay, when he gets here, you let me know. Okay. Earl comes in at 11 o'clock or 11:30. He's supposed to be there at 11.
Yeah.
And my grandma must have heard him because she come out there. She goes, "Come here, big boy." And I'm like,
Uh-oh.
shit. His mistake was he brought his girl with him. Oh yeah. Oh, this was something. And I'm sitting, I'm like, Earl starts walking. I said, I don't know if you want to be here for this one. And she's like, what do you mean? I go, it ain't gonna sound too good. And all of a sudden you're with a belt. Oh, mommy. Oh, mommy. And I'm like, I told you. And she goes, is that what I think it is? And I'm like, yep, it is. There's nothing you can do about it. It's the way it is. She's real strict. You know, I'm trying to make him look good by telling her, get the hell out of here, or trying to explain it to her in a good way. That, hey, this is going to happen, man. She's real strict. And she goes, but he's 21. And I said, as long as he's in his house, it don't matter. He gonna get his ass whooped if he does something wrong underneath her roof, man.
Yeah.
So, you know, she was real strict with him because she did not want him to be like Uncle Dave. Uncle Dave was the guy who got high all the time and, you know, always come in, flop on the furniture, and she get mad at him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she's like, I don't want, and dropped out of school. I don't want him to be
So
like
Uncle
him.
Dave is...
Uncle Dave.
No, yeah, I know him, but...
He's the one uncle that everybody has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the one uncle that everybody has. You know what I mean? He's the funny one. He makes everybody crack up and laugh. And, you know, it's funny because, you know, she hit him on the head with a frying pan. I saw that in my own eyes.
Damn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she was like, no, man, this ain't happening, man. But she was old school. Every time I brought one of my friends in, it doesn't matter. You know, I grew up in a bad neighborhood, you know, and hell, gangbangers would come in with me, and she knew right away. Get them, blah blah blah. I mean, all kinds of names she's calling them. I'm like, man, chill, man, take it easy. I mean, I got to the one point where I'm like, I ain't bringing nobody to my house. No way, not with her there. You gotta be out of your mind. But you gotta understand that she was strict with us because we messed with her a lot. Let me tell you something.
You
There
bad children.
Oh man, there was a gap under the bathroom door, and she would go in there to use the bathroom. She always was worried. She got to the point where she would throw something in front of the door because we were shooting bottle rockets while she's in the bathroom. Right in the bathroom. It was just hilarious. We'd shoot bottle rockets. We threw a whole package of firecrackers and slid right in there. While she's taking a piss or shit. It was funny. It was funny. She get out there, you motherfucker, you know, screaming and yelling and calling us every name in the book, and then 10 minutes later, it was pretty funny.
By the way.
Yeah, by the way.
But
yeah.
don't do that again.
But she was old school. I mean, you want to talk about country cooking. You love country cooking, Seba, right?
Not. The only thing I don't like is biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, well, I like biscuits, but I don't like gravy.
Yeah.
I'm same with that.
I don't know what they are talking about.
So
Yeah, it's a taster's choice right there. I mean, you either love it or you don't.
the biscuits are good.
There's no in between. You can't just like gravy and, you know, think that it's okay. You either love it or you don't.
Oh, okay.
It's that simple.
It's
You
like
just can't
tasty.
like it. You have to love it. Man, I'm not a fan of gravy
No.
at all.
I think I never tried it.
You haven't. You
Yeah.
haven't. You will. Grandma will make it for her. She'll make sausage gravy one day,
Okay.
and we'll get her to do it to it. But Southern cooking, man. I mean, it was. I missed that with her, but
Yeah.
you know, some of the food that she cooked was real good, and some of it was kind of bland, which is normal. Okay, but my uncle come from out of town, from Virginia, for Thanksgiving one day, and he's a big bread eater.
Yeah.
You know, who eat biscuits, bread, whatever. And my grandmother forgot to make biscuits, so he said, "Well, where's your bread?" Now, might I add you, we had a huge rat problem in this house. Huge.
Ew.
I mean, they weren't afraid. Broad daylight, they walking through this place. And it's like, oh my God.
Damn.
We did everything to kill them. And my uncle comes over there and, hey, you got any bread? She goes, well, hell yeah, I do. She sends Earl, my uncle, to go get the loaf of bread. when he comes in there with the loaf of bread, he gives it to Uncle Roy. My Uncle Roy lifts it up long ways and looks through it where the rat just right down the middle of the loaf of bread.
Ew.
Why do you even bring it?
I don't know why he brought it. It was just funnier now, man. My grandmother goes, "Can't get rid of them son of a bitches," you know. And I'm like, "No, you can't."
This is Thanksgiving, right?
Huh?
This is around
Thanksgiving, yeah, on the Thanksgiving. And you should see when we would catch a rat or something, like, you know, I'm higher than a kite. I was high through all my teenage years. And I come home, she goes, "I hear a rat flapping behind the stove, Eric." "Yeah." "Well, go get it." "I ain't touching no rat, man. I'm telling you right now." She's like, "Well, we need the trap to be free so we can catch another one." I ain't touching it.
I'm not gonna touch it.
So she comes over there, man, and she just... She goes, "I'll show you how to do it. Open the back door," because it's winter.
Yeah.
That's when we got the most, because they wanted to be inside. So I open up that door, man, and she takes that rat in the trap and goes, and the skin stays on the trap. And she takes the rat and throws it out the door.
Ew.
And then she looks at the trap and goes, "Son of a bitch, he ruined the trap." And he throws the trap.
Damn.
I was like, "What? Oh my
My
god!"
only trap, mother.
Yeah, I mean, she was. It was unbelievable, some of the stuff she did, and it was real. It's so. I mean, it was real, but it didn't seem realistic when you were there, because you're like, this just can't be happening. There's no way.
Yeah.
I mean, there is no way that this can be happening. But she was the luckiest person in the world. We would walk down the alley with her 2 or 3 days getting her check,
Yeah.
her Social Security and disability, I believe they both were. And we would walk down the alley with her, me or my sister or me and my uncle or whatever. And she'd be like, "Damn, that air conditioner looks new." And she knew a secret about air conditioners. That when people put air conditioners in their walls, if it's not tilted forward slightly, like outside, it won't work.
Mhm.
And they would put them flat or tilt them in and throw these brand new things out because they thought they didn't work.
And she know how to use it.
She knew that.
Yeah.
So she would look at that and grab an air conditioner. It's like, "Granny, man, we're like 3 blocks away. Just grab it." "All right, fine." I'm not kidding you. I must have grabbed about 10 air conditioners in my lifetime for her. And every one of them worked. I'm like, "You're so lucky, man. You really are." I don't get it. I mean, literally. So going, and then like a fan, twice, a box fan, grabs it, brings it home. I go, "Man, they threw it away because it's, not working." "Ah, hell, it works. All right, let's get it." Sure enough.
She loved secondhand stuff.
Oh, yeah. I honestly, truly can tell you right now, man, if it wasn't just for the hygiene stuff and the food and stuff, I'd never seen her buy anything brand new. It's always AMVETS or pick it up in an alley. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was that type of person, but she would, you would crack up at her. Just her reaction is what made you laugh the most. She would, if somebody did something, I think that's where I get my storytelling part from, because she'd come out and blast out with a story as well. Like her favorite actor was Kojak. You guys don't know Kojak?
No.
No.
This was a bald-headed, ugly dude I have ever seen on TV. And she goes, "He's sexy." I'm like, "Okay."
Okay, there.
"Oh, what's up with that?" You know what I mean? And then, she had a boyfriend named JR, and she liked JR from Dallas. She was like, "Yeah, he's another handsome one." I'm like, "Man, you and your fucking men, what's wrong with you? You got bad taste."
Bad
man.
taste.
I'm like, "What is wrong with you?" So that was one of the things I want to talk about, because Granny always cracked me up.
Yeah.
And we're here to make this stuff fun and stuff like that. So
I remember.
go ahead.
I remember something about now that you're speaking about your grandma. I remember something about my grandpa. So one time my mom organized this costume Halloween party on our house, right? So my grandpa made his own costume of what's the name of the thing that you use in the farms to scare
Scarecrow.
the
Scarecrow.
birds? Oh, like that.
Okay.
he made a custom of that, okay? And he went out the stairs, and all my mom's friends, they were sitting on the sofa and having a drink, blah blah blah. And he was like, he grabbed a big scissors, like these big scissors that you use to cut the grass, and he was like, okay, I'm gonna okay, in Mexico we call the penis, we call it bird,
All right.
but in Spanish it's pajarito, right? So that's gonna make sense to you.
Right, yeah.
So he just told them, like, I'm gonna scare your little birds in there with my scissors, okay? Stay away from my daughter.
She got them all
And
running,
they was-
running
yeah,
around.
and they were like, is he serious? Like, and he was like playing with the scissors, like, and I
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
okay. And my mom was like, Dad, stop it.
You're
my
embarrassing us, Dad.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
And then,
Embarrassing
well,
us.
he get drunk and he get more funnier and funnier.
I was at Halloween party. Reminds me, I was at a Halloween party, and this lady had dogs in her backyard. And they always stayed, on the ground until one guy was dressed as a scarecrow. When he walked out there, and he was at the party with us and everything. When he walked out there, man, them dogs started taking all that hay off him, and they started chewing all that. I mean, half his costume was gone.
Damn.
I mean, they were chewing away on his stuff. I'm like, okay, I'll never be a scarecrow, that's for sure. Don't want to do that stuff, But the other day, our electricity went out. Remember that?
Oh yeah,
Storm.
That
was that was funny.
Oh my god.
Um,
I mean, it is. I don't know. It's awful funny when you walk around and you used to turn on and off switches.
Yeah.
I must have hit every switch in his house, walking around forgetting that we don't have electricity and
Yeah.
flipping the switches. I'm like, I go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
No
Oh,
elect-
we have no electricity.
Yeah, no
And the thing what
electricity.
happened with Gina, right?
Yeah. That was another thing. The
The
microwave thing.
microwave.
She got
you-
some
She
food
was-
and it was
you make
cold.
dinner,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah, I made
Like
steak
fajita?
fajitas.
Oh,
I made
yes,
steak
steak
fajitas.
We
fajitas.
still had the gas and stuff.
And we still, because the gas was still going. And I made her steak fajita, and then she comes over and,
And
wasn't warm enough.
We had
Rice and beans.
rice and beans, and you put some
And-
rice on her plate,
and
but the
some
rice
beans.
was in the
Right, the rice was still chilly.
yeah.
It came out of the fridge, so I put it in there and made her meat cold. So she comes over, I don't know, 2 minutes later, pops on her microwave door, puts it in there, and goes. And she goes, "Honey, my food's cold." I go, "Honey, we have no electricity."
She's like, oh damn.
Oh damn! So we're doing a pot warming up for her, but that was pretty funny. And then another funny part.
Of that day, the funniest
Seba.
thing ever.
Oh my god! You want to tell us what happened when the electricity was out with you?
So, I made sure everything was running before this happened. Right, we got everything plugged up.
Go ahead, butter it up, butter it up,
I
butter it
will.
up for us.
I will. And so we got the fridges plugged, and everybody wanted their entertainment, so we have the entertainment center plugged, and which is just the
But-
TV and the internet
But do you mention that we have this little generator in the
in the van.
yeah?
So like,
Because it's not gonna make sense. Like, oh, we plug everything.
What happens is I have a work van that we converted into a travel van, which has a voltage regulator, which allows us to have 4 outlets to run electricity. So I started up the van. We ran electricity into the house. So now we can plug the sub pump, the TV, fan, and refrigerators.
Like things that we need to we need it to
Yeah, that we need a
be
TV
running,
so
you know.
bad.
oh
Like
yeah,
the
no.
TV
Gotta
to
have
get
TV.
entertainment. okay, we have nothing but TV.
Only problem was the house was getting warm.
Oh yeah.
It was getting hot, and the box fan just wasn't cutting it. So, Seba, continue with
Yeah,
your
continue with
story
your-
you're trying to butter up there.
So I figured after I was done, I wanted to relax and be with everybody, and what I usually do is play my PlayStation. So I went up and looked at him, and I'm like, well, I was trying to plug it up, and my dad goes, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm trying to plug up my PlayStation. What the hell is wrong with you, boy?
Because if you plug something else in that,
Okay,
Cords.
here's what happened. He's already tested plugging. That's the part he missed. He already tested plugging and popped the fuse in the van already twice. Then we plug everything back up, Then he goes and tries it again, but with his PlayStation. I said, what are you doing? You're going to knock the juice out again with PlayStation. And I'm like, you really want to play PlayStation when the lights are out? So that was pretty funny. I was like, oh my God, what is wrong with these people?
You mentioned something about the van. No, the air conditioner that we had no air conditioner. You want to talk about it?
Yeah.
What we did?
Yeah, we had it started getting real hot in here, and I was like, man,
it was almost
we gotta go in there.
bedtime.
Yeah, so me, her, and Jolie, Sammy, and Jolie went out into the van.
And Gina.
And Gina.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Jolie or Sammy came down to try to get you to go in the van with us, and you didn't want to go.
Oh.
But it's cool in the basement, so
Yeah.
it really doesn't get hot down there.
Yeah.
But we went out in the van. It was nice.
It was really nice.
For 1 hour, Sammy goes, "Oh look, the lights are back on in the house."
We were all uncomfortable.
Yeah, we were uncomfortable.
First of all, Gina has the surgery,
Yeah.
right? So she wasn't comfortable at all. Maybe he was the only one because everything was like dark.
Yes, I was. I was actually dozing off. I was like, I'm going to sleep.
Everything was dark in the van because I was just waiting for the call of my husband, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was just waiting for that, and it was in my laptop, whatever, because it has battery. Eso mero.
Battery.
So, then Jolie, I think she falls asleep real quick. You try to fall asleep or something like that.
I did. I fell asleep.
But I hear this
Dozing off.
I hear this little. How do you say when you're sleeping and you're doing the noise with your nose and your mouth?
Snoring.
Yeah, I hear the snoring, so I was like, oh, they fall asleep. What the hell? But then I look at the window, to the kitchen window, and I saw light. And I was like, yeah, the energy is back. And I just told them like, hey, the energy is back. And Mom was like, thank God, because I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
Like, no.
She was like moved for a sick person. She like moved, and I'm like, what the hell's going on, man? Damn. Now I gotta go upstairs. It didn't. We all came in. It probably took 3 minutes, and everybody's in bed.
Yeah.
There wasn't no playing around. Everybody went boop, 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 right
Yeah.
in the bed. And I'm laying in there. I'm laying in the bed, and I'm like, man, it's hot. What the hell? You know, I'm burning up.
Yeah.
And got the ceiling fan going, got the box fan going, and by the time midnight hit around, cover me. Oh, God, I'm covering up with a blanket, man. Air conditioner done kicked in, got the sweaty body all ice cold. I'm like, oh, man, so I covered my whole body up. But, yeah, man, it was actually pretty fun. I thought it was probably one of the only times where electricity goes out and you have fun.
Yeah. That's something that
And
you
it's
want to
pretty-
keep in your memories.
It's pretty bad. Ticks me off that the people across the street, every time it happens, people across the street got electricity.
Yeah.
People behind us got electricity.
But not us.
But not this block or this
This side of.
this side of this road here, man.
And like KFC did not have electricity.
Yeah, it's the same lot. I mean, it's
Yeah.
the same side. That's why I don't understand. I'm like, what is going on with electricity? But,
What is going on?
yeah, but it was.
But that was
weird.
funny.
Yeah, it was. That night was pretty funny, man. You know, dogs are wow. I mean, they were just laid out. They weren't doing nothing.
Because it's so
Oh,
humid.
oh man, they were just like. You're like
Almost dead.
you
Like,
hear them moving around. I mean, they weren't moving. They were just like laying out everywhere.
Well, that's,
I mean?
that's why I went downstairs, because like you guys asked me, well, it was like 7 o'clock. And you're like, where are you going? I'm going to my room.
this is hot.
Because like you said, I live in the basement. In the basement, they lived down there before, and they have these curtains that shade
Stayed
it
down
off.
there.
You stayed down there.
We stayed down there. Yes.
My bad, because they do own the house, so they live here.
Exactly.
So they stayed in the basement before, and when they stayed in the basement, they had these curtains along the doors. Really black, right? They're black curtains is what you describe it.
Yeah.
So they keep the heat out and keep the cool in. They also help me sleep a lot, but that's besides the point.
You sleep a lot. Anyways.
Yep. 100%. 100% sleeps a lot.
So
Remember, you have to wake up really early tomorrow.
I know.
Just a friendly reminder.
Yeah.
Sad times.
Sad times.
We're finally gonna have the asphalt fixed in front of my shop, so that'd be nice. And in 2 weeks,
Okay.
they're gonna fix the asphalt there.
Cool.
But Speaking of work,
Oh no.
you're not gonna believe
Can we
what
do it
happened
again?
this week.
What?
What?
I got in a basket with an architect. You know, one of those aerial baskets that
Yeah.
lift you
Yeah.
outside of the building. I got in one of those today with an architect and a general contractor.
Today?
No,
No.
I
Oh,
think it was
okay.
Tuesday.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. During the week.
And the general contractor was operating a basket, so I'm cool. And the architect, it was four of us. It was the architect, general contractor, me, and the owner of the school.
Mhm.
And there was a popping noise when he lifted it up. And when he lifted it up, none of us heard it, but the GC or knew of it, knew what it was. But the GC goes, "Don't worry about it. Happens all the time." The architect started freaking out. He was like, "Oh my god, bring me down. We're like, "What? That's not a big. No, bring me down. Come on, I gotta go. And by the time we brought him down, he crapped on himself.
What?
He pooped in his pants.
No!
Yes, he did. You saw the whole back of his thing, all brown. I was like, "What, dude? You're in these things all the time."
Oh god.
Maybe he's not used to that kind of height.
No,
you know?
in order to be an architect for the city of Chicago, or even for what we do, you're in these things all the time. The
Maybe-
popping noise, because
maybe
it kind of
was-
popped and it did jerk a little bit, but
Well, maybe was his first day.
whatever.
No, maybe he had something to eat and like that pop jerked him and shaked his stomach a little bit.
I don't know what it did, but
Like
what I do know is
maybe it was something that he ate, or maybe the nervous. I don't know.
Well, check
He
this
was
out.
freaking out.
For,
Like,
I mean,
the shit in your pants is like a lot.
yeah. Well, check this out. Speaking of pooping in your pants,
Uh-oh.
I just started doing the kind of work that I do now, 32 years ago, and me and the owner of the company, because he had like 4 or 5 trucks, and me and the owner went out to do a window in a suburb that was in the woods. So we go out there, and he had to use the bathroom as soon as we got there, and I'm like, "Okay, we have nowhere to go. These people ain't home." He goes, "Well, I gotta go in the bushes, damn it, I can't hold it." I'm like,
I can hold it.
"Go." I don't care. I'll still set up the machine, the brake, and all the copper and stuff. No big deal. He goes over there. I'm setting up the stuff. I'm on the plank on the top of this window trying to take off the shingles so I can put a nice copper roof on this thing. All of a sudden you hear him in the background. "Eric. Eric." I'm like, "Is that you, Joe?" He's like, "Yeah. Bring me some toilet paper." I go, "There ain't no toilet paper here, man." And then he tells me, "Well, give me a book out of the truck or something." I go, "I am not bringing nothing to you. I do not want to see your naked butt dropping a load in the bushes, man. It's not going to happen."
That's so embarrassing, man.
Oh, man. He goes, "I ain't got nothing, goddammit." And he ended up using the leaves and stuff. And I'm like,
Ew.
"Man." And then he goes to me, "Can you do this?" And I go, "Well, yeah, I can do this." He goes, "I got to go home and change my damn pants and clean my ass right." And I'm like, "Okay, I can do this. Come back and pick me up, man."
Ew.
So, yeah. He came back and picked me up. And then there was my foreman, probably about 4 or 5 years later. I was driving a big box delivery truck, but it had, it wasn't for delivery. It had all our equipment and stuff in it.
Yeah.
And I'm driving, and he goes, "God damn, I gotta go to the bathroom real bad." I go,
The foreman?
"Oh, dude, yeah."
Mm-hmm.
And we're on the highway. I can't. I'm not stopping. You better learn to hold that.
Yeah.
I mean, I hold mine. You better learn to hold it. I can't. Man, dude, he went in the back. Now, windows are down now. So I'm like, I'm not going to take no chance. Raise your window down. Nah, forget the air conditioner.
Yeah.
So I had the windows down. And he's sitting there, and you just heard him. inside of a bucket.
A 5-gallon
A
bucket.
5-gallon bucket. And I'm like, "Oh my God, dude. What the hell's going on, man?"
Oh,
He goes, "Oh my God, I can't hold it, man. I'm telling you." And I'm like, "Oh
diarrhea
God.
there. What the hell?
Yeah, it was diarrhea. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. And he was still sitting there, and it all got quiet, and I just got off the highway. Oh, my God. We literally had to turn the truck around and go back to the shop, and I said, I'm not working with this fucking guy. Okay? Because I went to go give it gas. He didn't tell me he's sitting on the bucket. Fell over, the poop went all over him in the bottom of the fucking truck. And I said, I am not. And it just, the stench was, I'm driving with my head out the window. I'm trying to avoid, accidents and everything. I'm like, this is disgusting. But it was just, it was just, God. That was probably the worst work day I ever had in my life. Because I had to deal with the smell in traffic for a half hour.
Ew,
So it was gross.
guacala.
Oh, yeah. So, but...
Then you have Jose as well.
Oh, Jose, I had this guy, Jose, working for me, man, and he,
Jose?
yeah.
Jose.
La
Okay.
Gordo. Yeah,
Huh?
Jose Gordo.
Yeah.
You remember him?
No, I don't remember him.
Oh,
but...
okay. You don't want to.
Okay.
But he was he was working for us, and I call him my trooper, man. I mean, he would stay out late. He would work all the time. I don't think he ever said no to me working for me like 7 or 8 years. And he was out there, and he took a crap. And on the way to the job, he pooped in his pants. My brother Jimmy was working for me at the time, and he calls me up, Eric, what? Jose pooped in his pants, dude. He's still working. And I go, what, did you tell him to go to the bathroom or something? I mean, He goes, Eric, it's new construction. There's porta johns, but there's no bathrooms. But I told him to go to it. He said, I'm good. Well, okay. So Brandon shows up with his truck, and Eric goes, look here, man. He can go with you. I'm not putting up with his attitude. And Brandon goes, I don't give a crap. I'll ignore him. Okay. Eric did that purposely because Brandon calls Eric and he goes, you son of a bitch. Why did you tell me this guy shit on himself earlier today? And drove all the way home. Worked all day with poop in his pants. And drove home with it
Ew.
in his pants.
Yeah, like what the
I mean, it was just like weird, man. I'm telling you, some of the situations, man.
Well, You said this is the same guy. My uncle Jimmy. He said he put a marker, right? Mark and long.
No. That's another guy.
That's
which
another guy?
I'm going to tell you about that one. His name's Chuck.
Okay.
Okay.
This is funny.
We had Joe the owner, the one that pooped in the bushes.
Okay.
And he had 3 nephews, Chuck, Brian, and Terry. And Brian was a cool one. Terry was the one that shit in a bucket and fell over and got poop all over him. And then you had Chuck. Now, Chuck, they messed with him a lot. His brothers. Nobody else did it. His brothers. And I mean, bad. He would be sitting in a porta potty, back up the truck so he can't get out, and then drop a brick down the top so the blue would splash on his butt.
Oh.
His own brothers. I'm like, dude, that is your brother. Still did it. They didn't care. They said it's fun. So one time he was on the roof, bending over, peeling metal, whatever, and his brother had one of those big, wide, Sharpie markers, black ones, and he poked his butt crack with it and then lifted it up the butt crack. And I go, why would you do that to your brother? He goes, watch, Eric. That mark will be there in 2 weeks. I'm telling you. And I go, oh, my God. Get out of here. Yeah. A month came along, and that mark was still there. I was like, oh, my God. What the hell is going on? I mean, they did this to their own brother. I mean, I was like, what? I don't know. I couldn't do stuff like that to my brothers. I mean, we have our ups and downs, man, but there's no way can I do that to my brothers. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's funny. I mean, when you saw it, it was funny, but then you look at him, hey, man, You know, this is how we used to mess around on roofs. Like, you know, Brian would get Johnny and my cousin George always to argue, and he would offer one of them the lunch. If you do this to that one, I'll buy you lunch today. If you do this to that one, I'll buy you lunch today. And these two idiots fell for it.
That's a good deal. If you get food of it, it's okay.
Unless you're these guys, because there was no deal whatsoever. Because he, prime example, Brian goes to Johnny. There's water on this roof. It just rained that morning on our way to the job. And they said it was going to stop. We go to the job. I'm on the other side, and I'm walking over. And all of a sudden, I see Johnny just lift George up and slam him in the water. I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I walk over there, and I go, what the hell is happening here? And Brian goes, why? I told Johnny I'd buy him lunch if he body slammed George, throw him in the water. I'm like, oh my God, what is wrong with you guys, man? What is wrong with you guys? I mean, it's that stuff like that. We used to have fun. I mean, we did have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You know, and doing stuff like that. Even the roofing company that I was working for, subbing from, I still work for them, but they used to pull tricks on us just like we did with them. And the funny thing is that the one time this guy Wally that was working with us, he put caulk over the door lock of the roofer Ricky's truck.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm gonna get this guy. Wally gets a brand new gray pickup truck. And Ricky goes over there, and I'm getting ready to leave, and Ricky knows I have nothing to do with it, so I'm on the passenger side. But on the driver's side, Ricky put roofing cement behind the handle. So when he stuck his hand underneath there to open the door, right in the roofing cement. So it was black. Man, Wally was pissed. He got this brand new truck, man. There's roofing cement underneath that plastic handle, and he couldn't do nothing about it. Like, son of a bitch!
I'd be so pissed.
He's screaming. Oh, he was looking at Ricky. This is a brand new truck. Ricky goes, what are you talking about? I was like, oh my God, dude, this is a brand. I mean, dude, it didn't even have plates on it. He just got it the night before.
Damn.
And he put roofing cement on the door. I was like, oh my God.
What's he tell the dealer?
You don't tell the dealer. You get it off yourself. What are you going to tell the dealer? Yeah, they pulled a prank on me and put roofing cement under my door. So, can you clean it for me? No, you got to clean it your damn self.
There goes your warranty.
Yeah, but there's there was always, you know, everybody back in the day. Everybody had fun. No matter what they did, they had fun. If it was working, you know, my grandmother shooting bottle rockets while you're crapping. Come on, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
You don't know where the bottle rocket's gonna go. If it comes to you, dude, you can't do nothing.
You're on the toilet.
Yeah, because you're on the toilet, so it's coming at you, man. I don't know how many times she was in the shower, and if she, you know, she got to the point where she wouldn't leave the door unlocked because she knew we would do something.
Yeah.
Because she would stand there and nice warm shower, and you know you had that gap in between the shower rod and the ceiling. Well, here would come with a bucket of cold water. Boom.
You were rude.
You know,
You were rude to your grandmother.
No, we did it to each other. I mean, she wasn't no quiet one either. She done her parts as well. You know, she would, you know, mess with us, but not drastic like we did. I mean, it was funny because the rats were so bad that dogs didn't even want to stay in our apartments. I mean, they would chase them out. Dogs and cats. I'll tell you a prime example. Two prime examples. One, my grandmother was sitting there and she had a cop friend. And he goes, I can get rid of these rats. I got a mean-ass dog. All right. She goes, anything. We can't get rid of these. Which we couldn't. We tried. I mean, we had a glue trap in every room. Probably 10 mouse or rat traps throughout this thing. And poison all up underneath the cabinets. And it was just like, hey, man, this is a snack. I mean, that's just, they were just like huge. Mm-hmm. They were the size of the cats. And we were on the first floor. So that's the first floor to get. And then mice go up because rats can't go up any higher than the first floor. So we had the rats. Everybody else had the mice. Mm-hmm. And he brings that dog over. By 1 o'clock, I think it was 1 o'clock in the morning, they had a big glass door for our door to get into our house. A big glass door. And the dog dove and went through the glass door to get out of that house.
Damn.
I'm not kidding you. Not one.
But two.
He went through our glass door, and then he went through the main entrance glass door. Never saw a dog again.
The cop lost his dog?
Cop lost his dog.
Oh, so sad.
He comes over there the next day. He called my grandma's name was Mary, but he called her Murnell.
Okay.
He goes, Murnell, where's my dog? You see those two glass doors? Yeah, dove right out of them. You lost my dog? Your dog left, and in a hurry. So, I mean, that was the one thing. And then my brother, he's upstairs. He lived upstairs. Jimmy, my older brother, he lived upstairs. And he had mice.
Mm-hmm.
He got the cat. They had no more mice. The mice stayed away from that apartment.
Yeah.
So he told my grandmother, watch, I got a badass cat, man. They'll get rid of him. Man. There's only one place where a cat or a mouse can, or a rat can't climb up.
Yeah.
That's get on a windowsill. Because you have to jump real far from the furniture to the windowsill.
And that cat was on that windowsill.
That cat was on that windowsill. And it would not get off. And then Jimmy comes down, what y'all do to my cat? Oh, we didn't do nothing. That's what the rats did to the cat. I said, they scared daylights out of that thing, man. And Jimmy went to go get in the cat, like, I looked at him, I said, put it down. Put it down. It's done. It done lost its mind. Because it was just, it's just one of those things, man. I mean, when you try to do stuff like that, you just can't get. I mean, when you took out the garbage, man, you really worried. Make sure that they weren't trying to bite you. When you take the garbage out of the garbage can.
Damn.
I mean, my grandmother she wasn't afraid of none of it. When I looked at it, I'd be like, this is disgusting. This is crazy.
Yeah.
When it was funny because when she turned on the stove, you hear them trying to get out from underneath it. Goddamn! They're hitting the bottom of the walls of the stove and trying to climb out and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, crap. I got to the point where I wouldn't eat at the house. I really did. I mean, I just, I go and buy stuff at the corner store. Or they had a little, like I told you the other day about the little Puerto Rican restaurant. I would go there and eat every night. I mean, I literally wouldn't eat at the house. I had my donut and soda or juice in the morning. It's mainly, I think, an orange juice and a donut in the morning. And then lunch, I'd have my soda and chips and Snickers.
Okay.
It was a Coke, Snickers, and a Doritos. Those were my three things I had for lunch almost every day. And then dinner, I would go to that restaurant right on the corner and eat a chuleta, which is a pork chop, and arroz con gandules, which is yellow rice with beans.
That sounds good.
Oh yeah, that was good stuff, man. Good stuff. But yeah, I mean, there's just it's changed. I mean, the world has changed, and it's just so much fun back in the day. Like video games is the fun thing now. Back then, it was games on the street, man. Nowadays you got kids. I want to stay in and play. Back then, you got kids. I want to get the hell out and play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we wanted to go out and play, and we stayed till 10 o'clock, and you hear all kinds of moms come right out of the house. Jimmy, Michael, Sammy, screaming for their kids to come in. It's time. You got to go to school.
Yeah.
So they'll come out and scream right on their front porch, and everybody knows, hey, time to go. Once one yelled, and the other one, oh, my mom's gonna yell soon. We're already on our way, walking to the house.
Mm-hmm.
But it was fun. Kick the can, hide and seek. Ali Ocean, free for free, which I loved that one. Because if you saw somebody, all you have to do is describe where they're at, and they got to come out. You caught them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was fun. I like those kind of games. But, Anywho, I think it's time to buzz off here, but I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and This is episode 3, correct?
Yes, episode 3.
Yeah.
All right. And then we'll be working on episode 4. Hopefully see you next week or listen to us next week. This is Eric saying goodbye.
This is Amanda.
And this is Sebastian.
And you were sitting with the Royals until next time.
See ya.
Bye.